What's up, world? Lee here, coming to you with sticks, strings, and other things, my tiny little corner of the internet where I come to you and talk about all the crafty things that I've been getting my hands into for the past 2 weeks. And today is, the 17th. I knew that. It is, in fact, St. Patrick's Day, and no, I have zero green on me. I'm a bad Irish person. I don't have any orange on me either, so maybe I'm a good Irish person. It all depends. Anyhow, this is where I come and talk to you about knitting, crocheting, and cross stitch. Occasionally spinning. Actually thought about bringing it out today, or this past 2 weeks, but I didn't. I am filming a day late today because we've been having our side sewer replaced. Has been very noisy, so I didn't want to deal with that, and now we're waiting for an inspector who's going to show up tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have that very expensive few holes dug in our yard covered up. Anyhow, my name is Lee. I think I said that already, and if I haven't, well, it is. My name is Lee, and I am coming to you from a very sunny, very beautiful, very spring-like Pacific Northwest, which I am enjoying very much. So, let's get to it, shall we? I think we should. Alright, so first we're going to start with finishes. Does she have a finish? Yes, she does. She does. And it's not even something I showed you last time because I might have mentioned this. Sock Madness has begun. Yes, Sock Madness. And I have received the first of the charts that you get, patterns, what have you. For the the only one for the qualifying, you only get one pattern for the qualifying round. I received the Senbon Sakura socks pattern from Skein Charmer, and I have finished them. Here they are. Look at those. Yes, those are in fact beads on those lovely flowers. Senbon Sakura is Japanese. It means 1,000 cherry trees. So look at that. Aren't those lovely? Beautiful, beautiful twisty flower socks. And yes, reach. I do have 2. Yes. Anyway, I absolutely loved this pattern. It was really fun. I was getting very tired of this stitch right here. This one. Kept calling it the Peacock Stitch because it was a pull a stitch over a knit a stitch, a yarn over a knit a stitch thing. And so it was PKOK, Peacock. I got very tired of the Peacock Stitch. There's a lot of the Peacock Stitch. Let me see if I can show off part of the heel here. Yeah, the heel is all Peacock Stitches. It's gorgeous. It looks amazing. But I got very tired of doing it because, you know, no fun. But I did finish them, and they are to the requirements for Sock Madness, and I have sent in my email with my pretty pictures, and I've been approved. Yay! This round for Sock Madness will be ending Saturday. I forget what time. And then those poor moderators have the very, very difficult time of taking all the people that have qualified and trying to figure out what team to put them on. I'm imagining I will again be on the slowest team because that's usually where I end up, and that's fine by me. But yes, I'm very proud, very happy. I am doing Sock Madness again. And I've made a team. So yay! That is the only finish of any kind that I have, because during Sock Madness I knit a lot on just socks. So I spent several days working on those. I will admit to a problem that I had. Now these are done correctly. I finished the first sock and was like, wow, okay. Then I started the second sock. I was like, flying through the second sock. I'm just flying through it. Yeah, that would be because I got all the way down to about, yeah, right down here where you start with the heel. Yeah, I got all the way down there, and then I realized the reason I was flying through the second sock is I hadn't done a single one of the flowers. I was just doing the knit stitches and the knits and the twisted rib essentially, and the peacock cable-y thing. And I did it for a whole leg, an entire leg. Yeah. I felt really stupid when I set it down and went, okay, I'm just about ready to start on the heel thing. Okay, and I looked at it and went, something looks off. Free. H chart, a pattern named 1000 cherry trees. Seems to be lacking some cherry blossoms. So I ripped it all out. Whoop. Well, not all. I ripped it back to the cuff. I mean, not that you can tell, but yes, there is a cuff, but it's just part of the pattern. And then I re-knit it, and it took a lot longer because guess what? Those flowers are hard. Smocking stitches are time-consuming, and then beads are also time-consuming. I still love them. I think they're great. I used chromatic yarns. There we go. I was starting to wonder if it would focus on their sturdy sock base in the color Illithrid. A very lovely, lovely purple color. This is what I have left of this skein. And I was going to get all fancy with the naming of mine because, you know, Senbon Sakura means 1000 cherry trees. So I was like, oh, I should Google, because I took 4 years of Japanese, but I don't remember most anything. And the very little I do remember isn't very helpful for knitting. So I was like, oh, I can name it Cherry Trees at Night or something. That'd be cool. Cherry Blossoms at Night. So I Googled Cherry Blossoms at Night and went, never mind. Yeah, evidently Cherry Blossoms at Night was a World War II Japanese military operation name. Yeah, I'm not going to name my socks after a World War II Japanese military operation. But this is kind of the color of a cherry blossom at night. Damn history and how awful people are. Anyway, Senbon Sakura, lovely pattern, little fiddly, twisted stitches, peacocks, and smocking, and beads. For the qualifying round, I am terrified. I am terrified what the rest of the rounds are going to be like. Absolutely terrified. Skein Charmer, the woman who designed this, she's usually someone who is in the last round. I have never finished a Skein Charmer pattern in my life until now. So that's pretty awesome. Anyhow, very excited for that. And that is the only finished knitting I had. Other than that, ooh, let me move my tea. Oh yes, I am drinking tea, as always. Today's lovely tea, or this late afternoon's lovely tea, is from Harney & Sons, their chocolate tea. A very delightful chocolatey tasting, chocolatey smelling, tasty regardless, black tea. Anyhow, the other thing that I've been working on is my Kushalig. Not that I got very far on it, or did much. So, I did a tiny bit. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm not sure where I was last time I showed this, but I know I worked on it for at least a day. I don't know. So, that's as far as we are right now. Yes, this is my ball of yarn that I'm just kind of leaving down there because lazy. And that's it. Who knows if I'll get much more progress on that. The other thing that I've been working on is living in my fat squirrel bag, because I love my fat squirrel bag. I mean, look at this. Look at these autumn foxes and the sleeping foxes. The happy fox under the tree. Anyway, I love this bag. It's so adorably cute. Anyhow, it's living in my fat squirrel bag. And it is my granny stripe blanket. Ta-da! Now, these colors down here, when I first started it, I was like, that looks like a baby blanket. I mean, look at those colors. That looks like a baby blanket. And I'm like, I don't want a baby blanket. But the way I'm doing this is with magic knot balls. So I just take bits of leftover yarn or minis or whatever, and wind them up, knot them up, wind them up, knot them up, until you get a ball. And I didn't realize that I'd ended that particular ball with that. Oh well. It changed, and now I'm getting into lots of, oh, pardon me, I'm going to sneeze. And yeah, it's spring here, which means allergy season. Yay. Anyhow, I'm getting to much more me type colors. But here we go. Do, 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 do. It's a bit on the long side. So I know very little about crochet. I'm not really a crocheter. I can do this. And that's pretty much it. And so I didn't really know how many stitches to cast on? Crochet on? What is a crochet hook on? Whatever the term, cast on. And so I just kept going until I reached something like 300 something. And so this is very long. I mean, my entire wingspan and half again. It's a bit long. Anyway, I'm gonna love it. I have that one knot ball that I showed you, and I have made 2 more. They're fun to make. They're just bits and pieces of leftover yarn. I've been going through my leftovers and trying to make them more usable instead of random scraps balled up, tossed into a bag. I've been rescanning them. And it's taking a while because I had a lot of really odd bits and pieces. But if they're too small to skein up, I've just been throwing them into these. So, been doing a bit on that, enjoying it. It's exciting. And that's the end of the knitting and the crochet. That's it. So let's move on to the cross stitch, which is also going to be very short because I've only really worked on one thing. Before I get to that though, let's talk about what's back here. All I remember is it's a sampler that I bought from the Scarlet Letter. Don't remember anything else about it. It has some wonderful Latin up here, and I don't speak Latin, so homo luge fuge fuge war. Yeah, I have no clue what it says. I mean, something about time. There was a translation in the pattern, but I don't remember what it was because this was years and years ago. But I loved it. I loved that crazy gargoyle guy. I loved him. Here, let me take it down. I don't think you can see it very well back there. And no, it hasn't been ironed. No. So there's the Latin. And that's the crazy, wacky, gargoyle-y guy. Gryphon guy? Gryphon? I don't know. I absolutely loved making this piece. It was really fun and really neat, and I really should probably, I don't know, frame it and put it in the bedroom, because I think I'd really like it. It would fit my bedroom. I very much enjoyed it when I did it. I remember I enjoyed working on it. I don't remember when I did it. Yes, I pulled it forward because you really can't see it back there, but that was today's. It's been living in my dresser project. So what have I been working on cross-stitch wise? Well, pretty much just one thing. I started working on my Jane Reese again. I mean, it was my birthday start last year and all of that, because I started focusing on it this month because it is one of my focus pieces for my WIPGO board. WIPGO board, I'm supposed to finish one alphabet this month on Jane Reese. But as I was working on it and kind of filling in the section, the pages that I was on, I was like, I'm really getting tired of all this excess fabric. Because I have it on like a yard. Yeah. And so I decided that I was going to work across and down. But instead of just working across, I decided to just work down. So that's where it was. You can see I was like, did a page, got down here, did a single page, because this is like 3 pages across. This is 2, and this is 1. And I was like, oh, I'll just go down to the end of the 6 alphabets. It's 6 or 7 that I have on my WhipGo total for the year. So I have 6 or 7 squares that say 1 Jane Reese ABC. So that's my overall year goal across all of WhipGo for this piece. If that made any sense, I'm not sure. Anyhow, I was gonna just find all the 6 alphabets and then go, okay, and then I'll just work across those and it'll be it. But I got tired of all the extra fabric on the side. So I decided to start working down. And then I got to the numbers. Ooh. And then I started getting to the patterns down here. And then this is where I stopped. So that's, woo, there we go. That's where she sits right now. I still have, I don't remember how many more, a few more to go, and then a little corner swirly thing. So I'm getting close to the end. There's the end of the fabric. So you can see why I'm getting a little daunted. Daunted with the giant bed sheet. So yes, my goal right now, regardless of what any other whip goal I have or any other goal I have for any of my knitting or crafting, is to get to the end of this and then go back up here and do, how many letters is it? That's the P and there's the W. So whatever, QRSTUV. So do QRSTUV, 6. Yes, I count on my fingers. Do 6 more letters over here, which shouldn't take very long at all. And then cut this out of the giant bed sheet. Oh, so that I just have how big I need to be. I'm too paranoid to cut it now. Even now, I'm still too paranoid to cut it. Terrified that I'm going to cut it short. I don't know why I'm so scared of that on this piece. I have cut other pieces and been fine, but on this piece, for some reason, I am terrified to cut into it. So I'm going to wait until I have the 6 letters here and the however many motify bits here and then the bottom. But I am going to admit to being like a 12-year-old when I was stitching this motif, when I just had the 2 little X's and then the whoop whoop and the 2 little X's, and I hadn't done those inside bits. It kind of looked like a butt. Yep, it did. I was like, I'm stitching butts. Well, I fixed it. It doesn't look like one anymore. But that's all I see now when I see that particular motif. Butts. And so I'd share with you. So now maybe you'll see it and go, butts. I'm 12. It's fine. So that'll be what I work on tonight, which is why it's off the Q-snap, because my Q-snap was like right here. I'm like, I can just take it out, film, pop it back into my Q-snap much lower, and finish that part. Yeah. So now, that's that. And that's... that is the end. Oh my, that is... it's been insane to work on. That is the end of all of my crafting for the past 2 weeks, because most of it was a pair of socks. A pair of socks, a pair of socks. A most ingenious pair of socks. Yeah, so that's all that. That's the end of the crafting. Next up I have a tiny bit of stash acquisition, and then I'll blather and babble and whatever about life for a teeny tiny bit. So this is going to be a much shorter one than normal, which you may be happy about, honestly. Who knows? Oh, tea, the elixir of life. So, today in the mail, I received my Punch Needle and Primitive Sampler Stitcher. Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. I wanted to say sampler. I received this today. and I've already done a really quick flip through. I really like this one. I think it's cute. I'm not huge into spring, so the fact that almost everything in here is super springy, which makes sense since it's their like spring magazine, totally makes sense. But it's all like bunnies, which, you know, they're cute and all, but I'm not a huge bunny person. Who does? Can't love everything all the time, right? But I did love, and this one does have a bunny on it. It does, a little tiny bunny. But I kind of like that one. Not sure about the rest. Just me. Okay, I did like this one too. I'm a liar. I also liked this one because I liked the bees. There's a little bee hive thing. Bee scap, right? And then little bees. If it focuses, it'll think about it. It's decided, yay. So I got that in the mail today. Very exciting. I enjoyed. Other than that, I bought a little bit more yarn. McMullen Fiber Company, the yarn dyer that I've been getting my monthly based on paintings stuff, based on paintings yarns from. They sent out a little advertisement around Easter. Easter's the next day. I just looked at Valentine's Day. They did it around Valentine's Day that they were doing a pre-sale for some minis. And the theme was love songs and breakup songs. See, there were two sets. One was love songs, one was breakup songs. And I looked at the names of the songs and went, purchase. Because I'm crazy. So it's going to be a little crinkly because I'm not taking them out. They're not individually labeled, so I don't want to do that. So this is all the love ballads. We have Cheek to Cheek, Friday I'm in Love, It's the Cure, it's a great song, I love the Cure, Friday I'm in Love, great song, At Last, Power of Love, When a Man Loves a Woman, because whatevs, You Make My Dreams Come True, and Stay. Also, look at those colors. I love this purple. Love the purple. So those are the love ballads. Crinkle. And then all the breakup songs. I love the fact that for Valentine's Day they did all the breakup songs as well, because that just makes my heart sing. So we have Cry Me a River, Since You've Been Gone, Don't Speak, You Ought to Know, Somebody That I Used to Know, I Can't Make You Love Me, and I Will Survive. So those are the breakup songs. I absolutely loved it. I had to get them both. Color-wise, I actually like these a lot better because they're the blues and the darkers and the purples. And these are pretty good too, but this is too pinky. I'm not always a very pinky person, but overall, I love both the colors. So I have all my breakup songs and all the love ballads. And it was adorably fun. They also sent an extra mini along because, you know, why not? That's a lovely green. I love this green. It is great. It also doesn't have a name. It's just called a squishy mini because it's their squishy base. And yes, it's all sock yarn. It's an 80-20, I believe. Yes, 80-20. Just double checked. Sorry for the lean because I'm blind as a bat. And that's it for stash acquisitions, which is good because I do not need much more stash. So now we'll go on to a quick little life blather. If you want to stay and hear me babble, feel free. It won't be very long. Last time I filmed, I was like, it's something exciting happened, and I shouldn't talk about it. Never mind. Which, yeah, whatever. Well, the exciting thing is, my old boss at the store I used to work at before COVID caused them to have to close down their brick and mortar, had been contacted by a different yarn store, and because they were looking for workers, and they're like, hey, you had to lay off a whole bunch of people. Do you know of anyone? And they suggested me. Gulp. So my old boss got me in contact with this other store, and I did a Zoom interview with them And then yesterday I went up to their store and did an in-person interview, and they offered me the job, and I accepted. So I am going to be working in a yarn store again, and that's very exciting. I love working with yarn. I love helping people find the yarn they want for their project, the yarn that will work best with their project, or just point them in a different direction of a yarn they hadn't looked at before. Or even, hey, I wanna buy this specific yarn in this specific color for this specific project. I'm happy to help you there too. Just getting people yarny goodness makes me happy. So I am going to start working part-time again, and I am very excited about it. I will still be doing these every other week because I've been enjoying talking to my camera instead of my cats. So I'll continue doing it. But because I will be working part-time again, what little crafting I've been doing might get lessened, or it might become more because I'll be back on a regular schedule. Who knows? But either way, things will change slightly in my life. I'll have to remember what day of the week it is on a regular basis now. Whoop. Yeah, very excited, and I'm very happy about it. And it'll be a great opportunity, great fun to do. The commute won't be very fun. I do not live in Seattle, and I will be driving up to Seattle to the yarn store. So, traffic will be fun, but it's worth it. I used to drive way out to the other one, so this is actually less of a commute. Definitely miles-wise. I think time-wise it will be as well. But we will see with time how that works. I'm looking forward to it. Tomorrow is going to be my first day, and I am super excited. Tomorrow meaning Thursday the 18th, which is probably when this is going to go up because it's late in the afternoon, and I'm just filming because the kid was finishing up papers for college because it is his finals week this week. So I did not get into the craft room, which is also his bedroom, until later because schoolwork comes first, people. It really does. And other than that, I have giant expensive holes in my yard and my driveway because side sewer needed replacing. And those boys, oh man, the boys they had, they were probably in their early 20s, possibly younger than my kid. They were in their early 20s, and they were the ones doing the digging. Whew. Giant holes they had to dig, these poor boys. I shouldn't call them poor boys. It's their job, but that was some hard work. That was some extreme physical labor to get those holes dug because that soil out there was really bad underneath where they were having to dig. It's like clay, hard packed clay. And there they are trying to dig through it with shovels. They even had for a little bit, for a little like mini jackhammer that they kept having to use to even try to get through the clay. Oh boy. I mean, there's a reason why it's costing so much because these men have to be paid for their very hard labor, and I am glad to pay them for it because, I could not have done that. So they started that on Monday. It's Wednesday. Tomorrow we're supposed to have the inspector come in, inspect it, and then hopefully they can fill all the trenches and holes and everything, and we will have a side sewer that is not made of tar paper, and life will be good again. We knew that was something that we were going to have to do when we bought the house because we had it checked because we know where we live, and this is a thing of a certain age of house that they essentially put tar paper pipes in for side sewers for a while in this city. It was new tech back then. Thought it was great. It's not great. Where was I? Tar paper. That was it. Tar paper. You would think tar paper would be a bad idea for piping, and you would be right. It's a very bad idea for piping. It's called Orangeburg pipes. Very bad, very bad. Not a good choice. But it was the new tech. It was the new tech. Height of tech back in 1940. So that's what we had. So we wanted it replaced as soon as we could, which we bought the house, in June or July, and we're doing it now in the spring because it's easier to get it done in the spring. because digging, and we hadn't just moved in, and had to replace a different pipe. Plumbing, you know, housing, fun. So we got it replaced as soon as we could, and they said, wow, this is the best looking Orangeburg pipe we've ever seen. Because it still looked like a pipe. I mean, you know, pipe. This was just like this. It was kind of a flat pipe. In our old house, when we had to have the side sewer done via emergency plumbing because it collapsed and didn't work anymore, they said it looked like a sad clown. And when they did the filming of it, they showed me, and literally that's what the pipe looked like. Oh, sad clown. It's not good. It's not good, folks. So now, soon to get that all finished. They're not here today because they did everything they needed to this morning, and inspector's not coming till tomorrow, so they left. It's exciting. Woo. Tens of thousands of dollars for holes in my yard. Honestly, you want your sewer to work. I mean, you don't want to have to do emergency plumbing on your sewer. You don't want that. I've had to do that twice. You don't want that. So, well taken care of in advance. And that's pretty much the only other exciting thing that's going on in life right now. So, new job. Very excited. I'm very excited. I am so excited. I just love. And a side sewer. I know how to live it up, don't I? I thank you all for coming to listen to me and chat with me. I am very excited if you're new here. Thanks for coming to watch. I really, really do appreciate it. I mean, I realize I'm talking to a camera, but I also kind of feel like I'm talking to people. And sometimes when people comment, it gives me a thrill. It's like, oh, someone watched. Wow. And I find it fun. So if it's your first time and you enjoyed it and you made it this far, thank you so much. There's a subscribe button somewhere if you like. Feel free to hit it. You'll get to see me every 2 weeks. You know you want it. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for watching again and subscribing and however you find me. I really appreciate it. I really find it fun. And by all means, comment. Let me know. Have you ever had to have your side sewer replaced? Do you know what Orangeburg pipe is? Let me know. Have you worked on a bed sheet before? I mean, it's not literally a bed sheet, but I mean, have you? Have you worked on a bed sheet before? Oh my God, this thing's longer than I am tall, practically. Actually, it might be. I honestly don't know. No, I'm curious. I'll have to figure that out later. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know what you're up to. What are you working on? Yeah. What are you working on? I'd love to know. Because, I mean, please, let me know. I want to know. I mean, I have enough, but I love looking at everybody else's work. Let me know. Yeah, if you want to see me on the internet anywhere, you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Kielrain, Kielrain. So you can see me that way and look at my little pictures or have you. Other than that, thank you so much for coming to visit with me today. I'm very happy to have been able to sit down and chat with you all until 2 weeks from now. Yeah. I guess I should say plans. I have very little plans. That's why I probably forgot about it. So really quickly, plans. Plan 1. Whenever the first round of sock madness starts, work on the sock until it's done to get on to round 2. Ta-da! I have no clue when that'll drop. It might not even drop before I film again. Hard to say. We don't know. Plan 2. Get at least one alphabet done on Jane Reese and get to the bottom and cut her out. Cut her out. Cut. Snip, snip. Tonight, it will be filling myself with corned beef and colcannon. Cold beef, corned beef. Corned beef and colcannon. 'Cause it's St. Patrick's Day. corned beef and colcannon are the thing to do. So that's what I'll be doing tonight. Plans-wise, yeah, that's about it. A little bit of Jane Reese, a little bit of knitting, who knows what in between. I'll probably have to find a work knitting project that'll be easy to transport and work on during my lunch hour. Well, during Sock Madness it'll be my sock, but I have to think about that, yes. That's it for plans. Like I said, they're very small. So yes, thank you for visiting with me. It was very fun. And, oh, I guess I technically have one other plan on the spring solstice. And I said it again, spring solstice, spring equinox. I'm going to start one of my fancy projects that I showed you guys last time. I still haven't narrowed it down at all. So don't know what I'm going to choose, but I am going to start one of them because it calls to me and I want to have a nice big fat start even though I have plenty of things going. And that's my last plan. Right, let's go back again to me saying goodbye and interrupting my own self, trying to leave. This is why they last an hour, because I can't shut up. All right, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you guys go. Find another place to person to watch, another thing to do, another project to stitch on, another thing to knit. May your stitch counts always be accurate. And may your borders always match up. Because they don't always. So, on that note, I will see you in 2 weeks. Have a great day, people. Bye-bye.